Welcome to the home of the DIY movement, where we build stuff and paint things.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Today is Saturday, July 19th, 2025. And it's been 2 weeks since we painted the 62. We took last week off, even though I still put a video out for you guys painting Bobby's plaque. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to learn the difference between a paint job and a restoration. So a paint job is something you pay, I don't know, $3,500 for, and they tape up a lot of stuff on the car. They might take the bumpers off, but they tape up the trim, they tape up the glass. You know, they don't take things down to bare metal. They probably DA it, prime it, block it once, and paint it. $3,500. Well, this is a restoration, man. So what we're going to do today is we're going to plan for the next step. So we've been working on this thing for like 2 years now, I guess, something like that, 2 or 3. And you know, the first objective was to get it solid, rust free. Then it was body work, and then it was paint. Well, now we're there. Where do we go from here? So we got to sort out all of Bobby's shelf over here. All his stuff from the car is on this shelf. Headlight buckets, hood hinges. We still got to paint the dash instrument cluster. All the stainless and stuff that may be good, may not. Wiring kit. Brake setup. Rear speaker needs paint. So little knickknacks. And that's where the cost comes in to build these cars, because you can't put, you know, a 55-year-old grill back on a brand new paint job, or an old hood lip on a paint job that, you know, we took to this extent. You know, you can't put the same door handles back on. Now the car still needs to get sanded and re-cleared and flow coated and all that, then wet sand and buff. That's a whole nother thing. What we're going to do today is we're going to sort out what's getting re-chromed, what's getting powder coated, what's getting bought new, what's getting thrown away. That's today's goal. Probably we'll do a little bit of wet sanding after lunch, but I advise, if you can, reuse all the original stuff. Like headlight buckets, those can get sandblast powder coat. Hood hinges, same. Tail panel's going to go in the scrap. You know, things like this. I would advise, this is 61 actually, I would advise, if you can reuse your originals, and if you want to get them chromed, do that. They're going to be nicer than reproduction. Even if you were to chrome reproduction, the originals, they're going to fit better, they're going to be heavier, they're just better overall. So if they're salvageable, like those right there, I would advise that, man. Man, it's already hot, man. I'm sweating. We're in the dog days of summer. It's only 8:30 in the morning. It's like 90 degrees already. Anyways, enough yapping. We're going to get some tables set up. I know he's got the bumpers in the back. We're going to bust those down, get the brackets ready for powder coat, just things like that, so that we can start planning the next step of the build. Let me get sorted out here, bring you guys back.
All right, y'all, we didn't get as much done as we wanted to, but we did make some progress in sorting out the parts. Starting with the hood hinges right here. I believe these are original to the car. So what we're going to opt to do on these is probably just have them sandblasted and either have them painted gloss black or get them back raw and we paint them. Don't think we're going to powder coat. We powder coated the hood hinges on the 68 on the channel, and somehow the powder coat messed with the springs, and once back from powder coat, the hinges wouldn't hold the hood up anymore. So, and we're not going to go chrome, and I don't think he's going to go billet hood hinges. We've heard more bad things about those billet hood hinges than we have good things. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get them blasted and just get them in some gloss black paint. Call it a day. These trunk hinges are original, 62. I don't know what else they fit. They're available if anybody watching needs a set of trunk hinges. We don't need them for this car anymore, so leave a comment below if you're interested in them. You know, you cover shipping and a few bucks, and I can get them to your door. Door handles, these are original door handles. I think we're going to go ahead and get them re-chromed. The repops do work, but I think they fit okay. I think the originals fit better and work better. I think the spring mechanism on the originals is better designed, and also the hardware. I know the repops, the original hardware I believe is little 3/8 bolts, and on the repops, a 3/8 don't fit and a 10mm barely fits. So I don't know what size they are, but I think if you can get them chromed at a decent price, I would opt to chrome the originals, even if it costs a little bit more than reproduction door handles. These are the trunk hinges we're going to run. They're CVF brand, and I believe they're billet anodized aluminum, I think. And man, they're really nice pieces. You can really dial in the gaps side to side, and they have little pistons that hold the trunk up. I don't know what he paid for them, but they're on the CVF website, and man, they're really nice pieces. You can really dial in the gaps. That's what I like about them. You can shift the trunk side to side. It has some sort of little cam setting. And so we're going to go with those, and we already scuffed them, and they're going to get painted the same color as the car. This is the original 62 steering wheel, and I'm going to be repairing this. I'm going to do a whole separate video from beginning to end on how I'm going to repair the steering wheel. I've done it before. I've done a couple of them. I already ordered some two-part kind of like putty epoxy that you fill in the cracks, and you know, body sand it down, body work it, prime it, and paint it. I'll be doing a video on how to repair the steering wheel here soon. It's in decent shape. It's not terrible. It's definitely repairable. And man, I think the reproduction steering wheels are like over $300. So the putty was like $7, of course some primer and some paint and some clear, but we're going to be in it way less than the cost of a reproduction steering wheel. So you guys stay tuned for that video. I know it's going to help a lot of people, because almost all these original steering wheels are pretty much in this condition or worse. Guys, check out that chrome glove box. We're going to be ditching that chrome and painting it. Got the rear speaker grill housing there, back seat. That's a radio delete plate that he bought from Southeast Chevy, I believe. So we're going to be utilizing that. Later in this video, we got that dash pad off. That we're going to get that recovered. This is a pretty big chunk of the dash here. I think we're going to do something with deleting the AC controls, or the vent heat controls there. We're going to ditch that, and it's going to be a whole nother video. Y-bone here, we're going to take that for powder coat. That's going to be for sale. Anybody watching, it's Y-bone for X-frame Impala, and we're going to get that powder coated, cleaned up, and then get rid of it. Yeah, so the dash cluster housing, we got the dash pad separated. It was pretty easy. I believe it's like 4 or 5 tabs on the back side. All you gotta do is bend up, and then the thing comes right out. It's kind of unfortunate. It's in really good shape actually, but it does have some cracks. So instead of trying to repair that and paint it, I think we're just gonna send it out. Probably send it to Ciadella so they can match it to the Same material that was used on the seats. It's gonna have a padded dash. We're gonna paint this cluster here, same color as the car. Radio delete. Paint the glove box. It's gonna have Dakota Digital, and we're gonna figure out something to put in the whole space for the wiper switch, because the car doesn't have any wipers. So it's going to be interesting what we can come up with this, because I believe it's some sort of cast material, so you can't really weld to it. I think you could stick weld. We don't have a stick welder, so we're gonna have to figure something out. So here are those tabs I just mentioned to remove the dash pad. It's really easy. Just bend them up with a screwdriver. The thing just pops right out. Luckily the tabs didn't break, so that was good. It's going to be our little powder coat box right there. These right here are something special. I think I posted them on Instagram. These right here, I had my buddy in Florida, where I went to go visit. I believe I did a video walk around of his car. He 3D printed these and then cast them for us. So they're made out of zinc pot metal, and what it is, it's quarter panel emblems, but they're left and right sided. So the repops you buy are the originals. You know, they're the same. So one of the logos is facing the rear of the car, but since these are left and right sided, they're both going to be facing the front of the car. So just a little special touch, and I think he did a great job, man. We're going to get them chrome plated, and they're going to look good on the car. Here's that rear speaker grill. We got it separated. It's going to be real easy to paint. Just going to scuff it, probably shoot some epoxy on it, and go straight to color. A piece of cake. That's going to be included in this whole shelf here that we organized. Everything on the shelves, well, most of it is going to be getting painted. Got dual rear antennas already. Got the wiring kit all ready for it. That's the hardware for the door handles, exterior door handles. We kept all that. That's the number for the wiring kit that we're going to be using. Steering wheel bezel, probably going to ditch that because they make nice reproductions of that. That's the dash emblem. I'm going to get something custom made for that insert right there, that round insert. We haven't figured out what yet. Just a little added touch to go with the with all the work we did on the dash. This is our painted shelf. We're going to be doing all the interior headliner moldings. We're going to sand them and paint them to match. There's those trunk hinges that I mentioned earlier. So painting the headliner moldings, I believe 6-piece. It's just an alternative to not, to polishing them. We could polish them, but we're going to go painted them a couple times on different cars. There's that glove box. I can't believe somebody chrome plated the glove box, man. That must have been way back in the 90s or maybe even before. This is the stainless shelf, so I'm going to be polishing all this stuff. I have a few other videos on how to polish stainless steel. Not a professional, but we get pretty good results. And the stuff's pretty good, in pretty good shape. I believe the lower windshield moldings have some dents. We're going to try and look for some better ones. So this is the side molding. I'm going to get it chromed, but all the aluminum on the exterior of the car is going to be chrome plated. And then, of course, we're just going to polish the stainless steel. So did a little bit of organizing. We really didn't get a whole lot done. It's just, man, it's just way too hot. You can't work more than, 30 minutes without having to take a break. That's going to be the first batch of chrome. We're going to work from the back of the car forward. So we have trunk moldings. We have taillight bezels. We have door strikers. We have door handles. Those things chrome pretty nice, surprisingly. So that's the first batch of chrome. We have no idea what it's going to cost, but it's got to be done. Coming up on our little first batch of powder coat. So like I say, that Y bone's for sale. We're going to do that fender tie bar. We're just going to get that powder coat, then scuff and base and clear it. Basically just paying them to sandblast it for us. Those kick panel retainers, might as well get them sandblasted and coated so we can just scuff and spray. There's some little bumper brackets in there we're going to throw in there. We sorted through the all the glass that he has. So he has those 3 vent windows right there. The pot metal, the chrome pot metal cleaned up surprisingly nice. So I don't think we're going to re-chrome the vent windows. We're going to get new glass for sure, new seals, new weather strip, new run channel. We disassembled the quarter windows, so I believe he's going to go through Auto City Classics, or we might go through a local vendor. And they have this swap out program where you can send your quarter window lower channels if they're in re-chromable condition, and basically they send you stuff already chromed and preloaded glass. So we're gonna get a preloaded door glass, preloaded quarter glass, and we're gonna clean up these vent window assemblies and front and back windshield. So all new glass. I believe he's gonna be going with clear glass. So that's a big deal. You know, that's gonna be a milestone for the car. Once you get the glass in, he's going to go power windows, power vent windows. So we're going to be doing videos on how to install that stuff. So man, there's still a ton of work to go on this car. And I posted on Instagram, you know, just to get some audience opinion on how far along they thought the car was. We got ranges anywhere from 40 to 80% done. I would say the car is about 30% done, because there's still a ton of assembly that needs to take place and a ton of money that needs to be spent. So, you know, getting the paint job on it was a milestone, but there's still a ton of work to do. Guys, if you made it this far, this week's giveaway is going to be who can name what kind of steering column Bobby has that he's putting in this car. We painted it a couple years ago. Didn't get a whole lot done this weekend, but we did work on, you know, progress on this car. It's important to stay organized, have a game plan. So we got a list together of things that we need to buy, or he needs to buy for this car to keep the wheel rolling. So there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, you know, to streamline building these cars, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Another thing I want to say is, in about a week here, we're going to launch the website. Should go online here in about a week. We're going to have merchandise, we're going to have products, we're going to have a blog section where we talk about things that have to do with building these cars, putting them together. So like always, guys, y'all stay tuned for more work, and thanks for watching.